there, this is Karen. Welcome to another It's a Crafty Christmas at DoLallyCrafts. This is the card we're going to be making today. Very simple card, but to change it up a little bit, I've decided to make 4 of them, and we're going to use the silver glimmer paper, the gold glimmer paper as used in the demo card, the dazzling details glimmer paper, and the blushing bride glimmer paper. So as I said, this is the card we're making. I'm not going, in the interests of saving a bit of time, I'm actually not going to emboss these sentiments. I'm going to be doing them in a basic black, which might detract a little bit from the card, but we'll see how it goes. It's just that we don't have any metallic blushing bride. The dazzling details glimmer paper you wouldn't see there anyway. I do have the gold and silver, but I thought if I used it with these it would clash. So okay, I've already done a little bit ahead of time. I have 3 of the stars die cut from the Starlight Thinlits. This is the stamp set and die set. So as I said, I've already got some of the stars done from the Starlight Thinlits. I have one more here to do, and the star to cut out from the front of the cardstock. Now the reason I'm not actually cutting this one from here is because I want to get it all done in one go. As I said, in the interests of time, and I've just realised I've actually affixed that to the wrong side. If I get my score tool, I don't know whether you guys can see that, but it's got a bit of a rough edge. So I'm just going to go with the rounded end of my paper scorer and just press the edges down. Now this is going to be a very quick video today, I hope. I'm going to record it and then I'll edit it later because my mother is on her way back down from Tullamarine Airport. She's been on a 17-day cruise and I have to pick her up from Frankston, so I'm rushed this afternoon. Okay, without any further ado, I will go and die cut these. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. Now, I think I've said it before, I don't actually use a precision plate with these, even though they advise you to. I find that they actually come out quite easily just with the die brush, or they end up with a mess everywhere. But as you can see, that's already started to come out of the Thinlit die, which is really good. So another couple of brushes over, and that should all just come away. Yep, there we go. Just remember to go through your Thinlits afterwards and remove these little pieces, because otherwise the depth isn't there in the next cut that you use it for to actually cut cleanly through the paper. Now normally I would, with the other stars, I actually lined that up on the positive cutout and cut that out of that, and it works really well. But as I said, in interests of time, I decided not to do it for the video. So now we have all of the stars cut out. Now with the framelets, the framelit parts of these Thinlits, I only need one pass through the big shot with that one, although with this one I do run it through and then run it back, just so that I know it's got a good cut through. Okay, I'll just pop all of these out the way and get rid of the little bits and bobs of paper that came out. Okay, these come together really easily. They're top folding cards. Now what have I done with my fast fuses here? And I've just realised I've locked one of the cats in the room with me. Hubby's down in the other end of the house making a heck of a racket. So I closed the door so that it wouldn't, this is not working properly, so that it wouldn't sound off while I'm doing my recording. But the poor cat has been trapped in the room with me. Because it's glimmer paper, the fast fuse doesn't seem to like the backing of the glimmer paper. So it's playing up a little bit here. Yep, does not like it in the least. So I will bring in, if you could see the state of my desk at the moment. Okay, I don't have any problems, or very few problems, with my ATG gun on the back of the glimmer paper. If you would like your own ATG gun and you live in Australia, I can supply you with one. So just contact me via my, whoops, we'll flip that over. We'll pretend that I didn't just rip up the inside, the back of the card. Okay, we'll pop that on. That's better. Yeah, if you would like your own ATG gun, if you contact me via DoLallyCrafts, I can sort you out for one. They're not Stampin' Up, they're not covered by Stampin' Up. I just have a supplier that I can hook you up with one. And yes, they are legitimate. Okay, we'll go on to the silver now, and the gold. And these work so much better on the back of the glimmer paper because it's a waxy coating on the back. The fast fuse doesn't seem to like it as much. You can get it to work, but it's not as, it doesn't glide on as nicely as it does on the back of normal paper. Whereas the ATG guns are fantastic. Mainly because it's a great way of getting double-sided tape onto your paper without having to worry about putting it on, taking the backing off, etc, etc. Okay, so there we go. Got this part of the card done. Once again, I don't know why I put those out like that. Okay, we'll move those to the side. Once again, out with the ATG, because this will also stick really well to the glimmer paper. Oh, sorry about that. Now you could use the fast fuse for this. It will work really well on the glimmer. But it's all gummed up at the moment after trying to put it onto the back of the glimmer paper. So for ease of use, we will keep going with the ATG. I'm sure you don't want to sit there and watch me futzing around trying to get my roller to work properly. Okay, next one. As you can see, these ones come together so easy, so they would be really good to set them up in a production line type situation. What you do is cut all your paper up, cut all your stars out, and then just sit here putting them together like I am. Oops. Unfortunately, that little area there sort of tore a little bit. I don't know whether you can see that. There's another message coming through on my computer if you heard that noise. Okay, last one. Just be very careful around the more delicate edges on these stars so that they don't tear like that one did a moment ago. Okay, so we've got that bit done. See, they're coming together really, really easily. Now, the last bit we will do is pop. Now, I did see one of the girls the other day. I think it might have been Connie Stewart. If you go and look for Connie Stewart on YouTube, you'll see that she used one of the Stampin' sponges. She cut it into 8ths, I think it was, or 6ths, and then used the sponge to smear the Tombow all over the back of the thinlits on top of her glue mat. You know, the silicone glue mats that Stampin' Up sells? Well, she used one of those. She popped the thinlits down, smeared some Tombow. I'll just get one of my blocks out just to keep that flat for a few minutes. Smeared the Tombow on the side of her craft mat, and then used the sponge, so heavily loaded up with this, and then just dabbed it over the back of the thinlits. And I thought, what a fantastic idea. I think she actually got the idea from one of her downline demos. I'm not sure, but if I had a spare sponge, I think I'd be doing that this way as well. Or that way, because I thought it was an absolutely wonderful idea. It makes everything so much easier. You don't end up with glue all over your fingers, and these are well and truly coated nicely all over the back of the thinlits just by doing it that way. I mean, at the moment I'm just dabbing little dots of the Tombow all over the back of these thinlits, but it would be so much easier just to get the sponge and the silicone mat and be able to go dab, 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 and it's done. So as I said, if you're interested in that, go and have a look at Connie's video on it. Brilliant idea. Hats off to Connie and whoever the girl was that she got the idea from. Absolutely brilliant. I think in future you'll see me doing that once I've got some more sponges here. Okay, almost finished. Just on the last few dots of Tombow. And we'll just place that in there. And you only need to put your block on for a few seconds, just enough to hold the Tombow down. That one might not have been quite heavy enough. See if we've got another block. There we go. Give them a good smoosh down. No, I don't think that little block was heavy enough. These blocks seem to have done the job though. Brilliant. See, now with the Tombow, because of these end bits being so tiny, I wasn't able to put enough Tombow behind the tips to actually hold them down. So if you do what Connie did and use the sponge, you'd be able to get the Tombow on all of the tiny bits. Okay, let's hope that's enough. Get rid of the blocks, pop those aside. And I'm hoping we're not getting any glare today. I had to put up a curtain screen here to stop. The sun is very bright through my craft room window, and I prefer the video to be a bit dark and you be able to see the beautiful colours a bit clearer than having it very bright here so that you can't actually make out with glare what I'm doing. Okay, in with the black archival Stampin' Up! Ink, and there we go, just stamping on. As I said, if I had been able to get something that would reflect the beautiful colour of the, I've pressed a bit hard on that one, of the Blushing Bride and the Dazzling Details, I probably would have embossed them. What? That still works? Okay. So once again, you've seen some gorgeous cards put together from our Star of Light stamp set and the thinlits that come with it. in a bundle. Every time if you purchase any bundles, you save 10% on the cost of the stamps and the dies, so it really is worthwhile. I hope you liked today's card and that you'll give it a go. If you do, don't forget to upload a picture to my website, or hopefully in the comments down below. If you've got any questions, just give me a call or drop me an email contacting me via my website. And I'm blabbering on again. Okay, if I don't come up with an off the cuff in the meantime, I will see you for Friday Frenzy. Have a great day, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.